Hello guys and gals. For the first character deck profile, I thought it was appropriate to start with the king of games himself, Yugi Muto, or Yami Yugi, or a Tim, however you wanted to address him. This is going to be the Duelist Kingdom deck profile, and we're going to start off with the level 4 lower monsters. So first off, we have the classic Beaver Warrior, Celtic Guardian, Feral Imp, Giant Soldier of Stone, Komori Dragon, Mammoth Graveyard, Mystical Elf, Silverfang, Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress, Karibo. And these last two cards are Japanese, and if you watch the Japanese version, you'll see this guy, Torike, and I kind of added him because there's not a whole lot of level 4 lower monsters in Yugi's deck. Because if you remember in the original scenarios, you didn't have to tribute. So I went ahead and added Torike. And lastly, this is called Griffor. It was played in the match that Kaiba challenged Yugi to on top with the spinning dual disc. And this card was really hard to find. It took me a while to search on eBay. I'm hoping we'll get Torike and Griffor sometime in some sort of pack or something. But those were the level 4 lower monsters. Now we go to the 5 and 6. So we have Catapult Turtle, Curse of Dragon, Gaia the Fierce Knight, and Summon Skull. And now we have level 7 or higher, which is Dark Magician. Dark Magician Classic. And then finally we have our two ritual monsters, Blackluster Soldier and Magician of Black Chaos. Next we'll do the spells. So we have Blackluster Ritual, Black Magic Ritual, Book of Secret Arch, which actually doesn't have the feather. I think the second printing of Starter Deck Yugi or something for some reason didn't have the feather. Brain Control, Burning Land, Dark Hole, Mystical Moon, Horn of the Unicorn, Spell Shattering Arrow, Makiyu the Magical Mist, Monster Reborn. Also, when I make these character decks, I don't follow the ban list just because they're more for fun, but I do keep them limited. Monster Recovery, Multiply, Mystic Box, Polymerization Alternate Art, and Soul Release, and Swords of Revealing Light. Next we will do the trap cards. So we have Mirror Force, Spellbinding Circle, the Eye of Truth, Shift, Magical Hats, and Horn of Heaven. Now we'll do fusions. This first fusion is a Japanese only Zombie Warrior, and I believe this card's played like twice when Yugi's battling Pegasus the first and second time, where you can kind of see into his hand. I'm not quite sure, but he played this as like just a normal monster, and I guess in the OCG and TCG it's a fusion. And then we have Gaia the Dragon Champion, which I think is one of the coolest fusions, even though it's kind of has low attack. And now the following two cards, like say if you do double duels, is pretty much the only way you can summon them with, and that's a Black Skull Dragon. So I guess if you wanted to do Joey and Yugi, you could summon Black Skull Dragon. And the same goes with this card, except it'd be for Kaiba and Yugi, and that's Dragon Master Knight, which was played in like when they got stuck into that video game Kaiba created. So those are our fusions. And now for most of my decks, I have a side deck made. And for Yugi's, the side deck first starts off with Blackline Fire Dragon, which is the only card we actually know that little Yugi had in his original deck. It's like in the first episode when he's fighting Joey. And these following cards are cards that were in, I guess, Grandpa's deck when he fought Kaiba the first time, and then I guess he took him out later. And that was Sangan, Rude Kaiser, and Battle Steer. And for these three cards, you can kind of tell, like, I think it's when Soggy the Dark Clown, he kind of pumps him up, and you see these cards destroyed. And of course, Singin didn't have his effect, I guess. Now we also have Dark Sage in the side deck because you have to use Time Wizard's effect to bring him out. But I went and put him in there just to have it complete. And then all my decks have Pot of Greed, but since in the actual show he didn't use Pot of Greed, it's not in the actual deck itself. But often I'll get rid of cards like Burning Land and Eye of Truth and supplement cards for like Pot of Greed and a few of the other cards. And I also have cards like Detonate. They have the cards Detonate, Attack the Moon, Spiraling Spear Shaver, or Strike, and Dark Magic Attack. All four of these cards were cards that I think they're kind of a toss back to when Yugi would have them attack. Like Detonate when he used it against Relinquished, or not Relinquished, Thousand Eyes Restrict. And Attack the Moon was when he fought Mako, when he used Solar Stone to destroy the moon. And then Dark Magic Attack and Spiraling Spear Strike were just the attacks for the respective monsters. And then the final cards, I have 2 extra Karibos if you want to use Karibos and do the multiply and detonate strategy. And then 2 extra Giant Soldier of Stones because it's a little bit more defense. So you can substitute cards like maybe Beaver Warrior or whatnot if you're playing. I try to give people, when they're using my deck for fun, just a variety of cards they can use and strategies. But yeah, that is the deck profile. I'm not sure what's the next one's going to be or when I'll upload it. I want to see how this first one does, and I know for sure I have Kaiba, Joey, My Valentine, Panic. I have a Pegasus deck made, but I need to improve upon it. But just below in the comment section, if you want to request which deck I should do next, just let me know. And that's going to be all. So this has been Small Town Yu-Gi-Oh! For Yugi Muto's deck profile.